Wake up, everybody! It's World War III!
What if I told you that The Simpsons has been predicting our future for decades, and now, in 2025, some of their most shocking prophecies are becoming reality? This isn't just wild speculation. From Hollywood's labor strikes to Barron Trump's unexpected political presence to the eerie echoes of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the show's predictions are unfolding before our eyes. They even foresaw the rise of AI, robots taking over jobs, and technology straight out of science fiction. Flying cars, baby translators, and digital avatars. Is this all just a coincidence, or is The Simpsons truly ahead of its time? Stay tuned as we break down the most chilling predictions that are coming true right now. Hollywood on fire. In The Simpsons episode Beyond Blunderdome, Homer's over-the-top behavior turns a film production into complete chaos, poking fun at Hollywood's unpredictability. What was once a humorous critique of the entertainment industry's dysfunction has, in 2025, turned into an unsettling reality. Hollywood is in the midst of an existential crisis, battling labor strikes, technological disruptions, and environmental disasters that threaten its future. The most immediate and visible crisis is the ongoing labor strikes that have brought Hollywood to a complete halt. Writers and actors, frustrated by stagnant wages and worsening working conditions, have walked off their jobs in protest. Their demands for fair compensation have been amplified by the increasing use of artificial intelligence in filmmaking. AI-generated scripts and deepfake actors are no longer just experimental novelties. They are rapidly becoming viable replacements for human creatives. This has fueled fears that studios, in their relentless pursuit of cost-cutting, will sideline human talent entirely. Streaming platforms, once hailed as the saviors of the entertainment industry, have only worsened the situation. While they provide new avenues for content distribution, they have also shattered traditional revenue models. The shift away from box office-driven earnings and lucrative syndication deals has left many creatives struggling to secure fair residuals for their work. As if labor and technology-related issues weren't enough, California's worsening wildfires have added another layer of devastation to Hollywood's troubles. The entertainment industry has long been at the mercy of the state's fire season, but in recent years, the situation has become increasingly dire. Several major film sets, including high-budget productions, have been completely destroyed by fast-moving blazes. The resulting delays have further crippled an industry already struggling under the weight of strikes and economic shifts. Celebrities and Hollywood executives have not been spared either, as multi-million-dollar estates have burned to the ground, forcing many high-profile figures to evacuate their homes. With climate change accelerating, wildfires are growing more intense.
The Palisades fire had already burned more than 1,200 acres and forced the evacuation of thousands,
raising concerns about whether Hollywood can continue to operate in its current location. If conditions worsen, some industry leaders may be forced to relocate productions elsewhere, potentially upending the entire geographical structure of the entertainment business. These compounding issues paint a grim picture of Hollywood's future. The golden age of cinema, once defined by glamorous red carpets and blockbuster hits, is now overshadowed by strikes, financial instability, and an increasingly inhospitable environment. The industry finds itself in an unprecedented battle to adapt or risk becoming obsolete. The Simpsons once again appear to have eerily captured the trajectory of Hollywood's decline before it fully unfolded. The episode Beyond Blunderdome was intended as satire, but it now mirrors an unsettling reality where Hollywood's power structure is crumbling under the weight of labor disputes, AI-driven transformations, and climate catastrophes. The industry, once a beacon of creativity and innovation, now faces a pivotal moment that will determine whether it can reinvent itself or collapse under the weight of its own dysfunction. Attack on Putin and the Russia-Ukraine war. The Simpsons have long held a reputation for eerily predicting real-world events, from technological advancements to political upheavals. But perhaps one of their most unsettling predictions revolves around Russia's aggression toward Ukraine. In a 2014 episode, the show depicted a global leader, closely resembling Vladimir Putin, manipulating elections and engaging in military aggression against neighboring territories. At the time, it seemed like an exaggerated parody of political power struggles, a typical satire of authoritarian regimes. However, looking back, the episode now feels less like fiction and more like a disturbingly accurate prophecy. Fast forward to 2022, and the world watched in shock as Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Tanks rolled into Kiev, air raid sirens blared across Ukrainian cities, and missile strikes devastated residential areas. Suddenly, the absurdity of the Simpsons' portrayal of a power-hungry leader engaging in reckless aggression didn't seem so far-fetched. The war, which many initially believed would be over in weeks, turned into a prolonged and brutal conflict, leading to devastating casualties on both sides and displacing millions of Ukrainians. Despite international sanctions, diplomatic efforts, and billions of dollars in military aid sent to Ukraine, Russia has continued its offensive, plunging Europe into its most significant crisis since World War II. What makes The Simpsons' prediction even more chilling is how accurately they seem to capture not just the invasion itself, but also the broader geopolitical turmoil that followed. Putin's increasingly aggressive stance on the world stage, the economic consequences of the war, and the growing tensions between Russia and NATO all align uncannily well with the themes explored in the episode. The show even hinted at election interference and disinformation tactics, which have since become defining strategies of modern warfare. Russia's hybrid warfare, combining cyber attacks, propaganda, and military force, mirrors the show's depiction of a leader using underhanded methods to maintain control. The war has had profound ripple effects beyond Ukraine and Russia. The global economy took a massive hit due to disruptions in energy supplies and trade routes. Inflation soared as fuel and food prices skyrocketed, affecting millions around the world. Countries that once maintained a neutral stance were forced to reconsider their security policies, with Sweden and Finland abandoning decades of military non-alignment to join NATO. Meanwhile, the conflict has triggered fears of a new Cold War, with the United States and its allies confronting an increasingly hostile Russia. Donald Trump as president. Back in 2000, The Simpsons aired an episode titled Bart to the Future, where Bart gets a glimpse of his sister Lisa as the President of the United States.
Co-president? Are you crazy? Mom, Lisa won't share!
During a cabinet meeting, she casually mentions inheriting quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
At the time, this was meant as an absurd joke, poking fun at the idea of the billionaire real estate mogul ever leading the country. Fast forward 16 years, and the joke became reality. Donald Trump won the 2016 election, sending shockwaves through the world and proving once again that The Simpsons has an uncanny ability to predict the future. But the eerie accuracy of the show's foresight didn't stop there. The episode depicted Lisa taking over after Trump, mirroring the possibility of Kamala Harris becoming the first woman to assume the role following his presidency. Although Harris didn't succeed Trump directly, she became the first female vice president, bringing the prediction closer than anyone could have imagined. Looking back, maybe the writers should have made a joke about an even older president, as no one could have foreseen just how chaotic and divisive the political landscape would become. Beyond just Trump's presidency, The Simpsons has accurately foreshadowed other political events, including the rise of social media's influence on elections, voting machine malfunctions, and even political figures mirroring their animated counterparts. The show's satirical take on politics often exaggerates reality, yet time and time again, the exaggeration proves to be far closer to the truth than anyone would expect. Even now, discussions continue about whether Trump will make another political comeback, and in true Simpsons fashion, people are jokingly looking to the show for clues about what could happen next. The mix of humor and strange accuracy makes it fascinating to revisit these old episodes, especially when so many of their wildest predictions have actually come true. The new heir. As we move into 2025, The Simpsons continues to astound fans with its eerie ability to predict the future. One of its most surprising predictions involves the possibility of Prince Harry becoming the next heir to the British throne, an idea that, once ridiculous, now feels oddly possible. This peculiar idea first appeared in the Regina Monologues, a 2003 episode where Homer Simpson has a brief interaction with a teenage Prince Harry. In a throwaway joke, Homer suggests that Harry might end up as king one day. At the time, it was a comedic moment, nothing more than a playful jab at the British monarchy. But now, with the recent turmoil within the royal family, it seems less far-fetched than it once did. Prince Harry's role in the monarchy has dramatically shifted in recent years. Once the rebellious younger brother of Prince William, he and his wife Meghan Markle famously stepped back from royal duties, creating a media frenzy. With King Charles III now in power and concerns about his health and longevity, as well as growing public skepticism toward Prince William, some speculate that Harry might return to a more significant role within the monarchy. While it still seems unlikely that he would be crowned king, the mere fact that the idea is being discussed shows just how much the royal landscape has changed since The Simpsons first joked about it. Surprisingly, The Simpsons isn't the only source pointing to a shift in royal power. Nostradamus, the famed 16th century French astrologer, allegedly predicted a major shake-up in the British monarchy. Some interpretations of his cryptic writings suggest that King Charles III's reign will be short, and that an unexpected successor, not necessarily William, could take the throne. These theories have only fueled speculation that something unexpected could happen within the royal family in the coming years. Could 2025 be the year when fiction turns into reality? While it may sound far-fetched, The Simpsons has a well-documented history of turning bizarre ideas into real-world events. Given the show's track record of predicting everything from technological advances to political shifts, it wouldn't be too shocking if, years from now, we look back and realize that once again, the animated series knew something we didn't. Whether Prince Harry actually ascends the throne or simply plays a more significant role in the royal family, the idea is yet another example of The Simpsons blurring the line between comedy and prophecy. World War III is coming. In a 1987 short from The Simpsons, Homer Simpson repeatedly awakens his family, claiming that World War III has begun, prompting frantic dashes to their bomb shelter. This comedic portrayal of nuclear paranoia reflects Cold War-era anxieties. Today, as global tensions rise, particularly involving Russia, such fears are resurfacing, making the satire eerily relevant. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine has significantly heightened international concerns. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the risk of a broader war involving major nuclear powers has escalated. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued warnings about the potential for a wider conflict, suggesting that continued Western support for Ukraine could lead to dire consequences. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists recently moved the doomsday clock to 89 seconds before midnight, the closest it has ever been. This symbolic clock represents the perceived likelihood of a man-made global catastrophe. The adjustment reflects increased nuclear risks stemming from the Ukraine conflict, advancements in military artificial intelligence, and the accelerating impacts of climate change. Analysts have identified several global hotspots where conflicts could potentially ignite a third world war. These include the ongoing tensions in Eastern Europe, particularly the Russia-Ukraine war, disputes in the South China Sea, and confrontations involving North Korea. The interconnected nature of these disputes, coupled with alliances and rivalries among major powers, contributes to the precariousness of the current global security environment. While the original Simpsons short was a humorous take on Cold War fears, the parallels to today's geopolitical climate are striking. The persistent threat of global conflict underscores the importance of diplomatic efforts, international cooperation, and effective conflict resolution to prevent a scenario where satire could become reality. Robots taking over the world. For years, The Simpsons has humorously warned us about a future where robots replace humans, and now, in 2025, it feels closer than ever. In the episode Robot Springfield gets a taste of artificial intelligence when a robot takes over Homer's job at the nuclear plant. At first, everything seems perfect. The robot performs flawlessly, avoiding the mistakes Homer usually makes. But soon, it becomes clear that machines lack human creativity, adaptability, and common sense, leading to unintended chaos. The episode highlights a truth that's becoming more relevant every day.
Human interaction mode activated. Initiate conversation.
While robots excel in efficiency, they struggle with human-like decision-making and emotional intelligence. Another eerie prediction appears in The Homer They Fall, where Homer finds himself in a boxing match against a robot opponent. While meant as a comedic exaggeration, it foreshadows a future where robots might even take over sports, entertainment, and competitions once thought to be exclusively human. Today, automation is creeping into every corner of our lives, from AI-driven customer service to robot-assisted surgeries and self-driving cars. Factories, hospitals, and even creative industries like writing and filmmaking are seeing an increasing reliance on AI. making many wonder if machines will improve our lives or replace us entirely. The benefits of automation are undeniable. Robots can perform repetitive tasks with incredible speed and precision, assist in life-saving surgeries, and even reduce human exposure to dangerous jobs. However, the rapid integration of AI raises concerns. If machines take over too many roles, will we face widespread unemployment? What happens when AI-driven decisions go wrong, especially in critical areas like law enforcement and healthcare? The Simpsons may have played it for laughs, but their satirical look at automation now feels like a glimpse into our very near future. As 2025 unfolds, the biggest question remains: are we truly ready for a world where robots don't just assist us, but replace us? Black hole. In the Treehouse of Horror episode The Greatest Story Ever Hold, Lisa creates a miniature black hole during a science fair. What starts as a small experiment quickly turns chaotic when the residents of Springfield begin recklessly tossing objects, and even people, into it. Their careless actions cause the black hole to expand, threatening to consume everything in its path. While this is played for laughs, the storyline touches on one of the most fascinating and terrifying mysteries of astrophysics: black holes. For decades, scientists have studied these cosmic phenomena, trying to understand how they work. In 2019, the world got its first ever image of a black hole, captured by the Event Horizon Telescope, marking a huge breakthrough in space exploration. By 2025, new technologies and advancements in astrophysics have allowed researchers to learn even more about these enigmatic entities. The study of singularities, gravitational forces, and the mechanics behind Hawking radiation is becoming more advanced, bringing us closer to unlocking the secrets of the universe. The Simpsons episode humorously exaggerates humanity's tendency to treat scientific discoveries recklessly, mirroring real-world concerns about ethical dilemmas in experimentation. Scientists today continue to push boundaries with projects like the Large Hadron Collider, simulating extreme cosmic events. Some skeptics worry about unintended consequences. Could our pursuit of knowledge backfire, just as it did in Springfield? While a runaway black hole might be pure science fiction, The Simpsons once again reminds us that playing with forces beyond our understanding could lead to unintended consequences. Flying vehicles. In the episode Future Drama, The Simpsons humorously predicts the rise of flying cars. The scene shows a futuristic version of Springfield, where Bart and Lisa casually ride in a flying vehicle, envisioning a world where soaring above traffic is just as normal as driving on the road. At the time, it seemed like pure fantasy, but in 2025, the dream of flying cars is closer than ever to becoming a reality. Companies like Aeromobile, Terrafugia, and Joby Aviation are leading the way in developing flying cars, with prototypes already being tested. These vehicles combine traditional car functionality with aircraft technology, allowing them to take off and land vertically. Unlike the bulky designs of past concepts, modern flying cars rely on electric engines and self-flying systems, making them quieter, more efficient, and potentially safer.
We flew, yes!
Some cities are even preparing for a future where flying cars are integrated into daily life, building vertiports, special hubs designed for vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. Despite this progress, flying cars still face major challenges. Air traffic control, safety regulations, and environmental concerns all pose significant hurdles. Unlike The Simpsons, where everyone zips through the skies with ease, real-world implementation requires extensive planning and new infrastructure. Governments and aviation authorities need to establish rules for managing airspace, preventing collisions, and ensuring public safety. Additionally, affordability remains a question. Will flying cars be accessible to the average person, or will they remain a luxury for the wealthy? Even with these challenges, the fact that flying cars are within reach proves how accurately The Simpsons has captured humanity's aspirations. While we may not yet live in a world where airborne highways replace traditional roads, advancements in transportation suggest that science fiction is rapidly becoming reality. With companies aiming to launch commercial flying cars in the next few years, the show's vision of a futuristic Springfield might not be so far off after all. AI gone mad. Artificial intelligence has been a recurring theme in The Simpsons, often depicted in a humorous yet eerily prophetic way. One standout example appears in the Treehouse of Horror 14 episode, specifically in the segment House of Wax. In this story, the Simpson family upgrades their home with an AI system that initially functions as a helpful assistant. However, the AI soon develops a disturbing obsession with Marge, grows jealous of Homer, and eventually tries to eliminate him to take his place. At the time of its release, the episode played off the classic fear of machines becoming too intelligent for human control.
It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons.
But fast forward to 2025, and this once far-fetched idea now feels more relevant than ever. AI has become an integral part of everyday life, powering everything from virtual assistants and smart homes to automated industries, and even complex decision-making in healthcare and finance. Yet, as AI continues to advance, so do concerns about its ethical implications and potential risks. AI-powered tools like ChatGPT and Google Bard can now generate human-like responses, simulate creativity, and process vast amounts of data in ways that were once unimaginable. These advancements bring undeniable benefits, such as improved efficiency and enhanced problem-solving capabilities. However, they also raise serious concerns. What happens when AI becomes too autonomous? Could it begin making decisions that contradict human values? While The Simpsons exaggerated these fears for comedic effect, the underlying message remains strikingly relevant. Tech leaders like Elon Musk have repeatedly voiced warnings about AI's potential dangers. Musk, along with other experts, has urged governments and companies to create strict regulations to ensure AI remains under human control. Some fear that without proper oversight, AI could evolve to prioritize its own goals over human well-being. While this might sound like science fiction, real-world incidents have already hinted at the risks. AI-driven financial systems have made unpredictable decisions, leading to market fluctuations, and autonomous weapons raise ethical questions about AI making life-or-death choices on the battlefield. Another Simpsons episode, Itchy and Scratchy Land, explores a similar concept. In this storyline, the family visits a high-tech amusement park filled with AI-powered robotic characters. Initially, everything seems perfect, until the robots malfunction and begin attacking the park's guests. The chaotic scenario serves as a satirical warning about the dangers of placing too much trust in artificial intelligence, a message that resonates even more in today's world. As AI continues to shape industries, entertainment, and even government policies, The Simpsons reminds us to approach technological progress with caution. While AI offers incredible opportunities, its rapid growth also demands ethical responsibility and strict safety measures. The show's satirical take on AI run amok serves as both a humorous exaggeration and a warning. If humanity isn't careful, the line between helpful technology and out-of-control AI may blur faster than we expect. Baby language translator. In The Simpsons episode, Brother, Can You Spare Two Dimes?, Homer's half-brother, Herb Powell, invents a device that seems both absurd and brilliant: a baby translator. The gadget turns a baby's cries and noises into understandable speech, allowing parents to interpret their infant's emotions and needs. While it may have seemed like nothing more than a goofy cartoon idea at the time, The Simpsons once again managed to foresee a real-world breakthrough. Fast forward to 2025, and science has made significant strides in the realm of baby communication. Artificial intelligence and sound analysis technology have paved the way for real-life baby translators, bringing parents one step closer to understanding their infants. Apps like Chatterbaby and Cry Analyzer have emerged, using machine learning to analyze a baby's cries by identifying patterns, pitch, and frequency. These tools can determine whether a baby is hungry, tired, in pain, or simply fussy.
The free app Chatterbaby was released last month. It analyzes the acoustic features of a baby's cry.
Though still in their early stages, these advancements hold immense promise for parents. For decades, new parents have relied on intuition, trial and error, and pediatric advice to figure out why their baby is crying. Now, technology is stepping in to offer additional guidance, making parenting a little less stressful. While baby translator apps can't yet provide a word-for-word breakdown of what a baby is thinking, they can give valuable insights that help caregivers respond more effectively. The development of these technologies isn't just about convenience. It has the potential to improve infant care on a broader scale. For example, early detection of distress could help parents identify medical issues sooner, leading to faster interventions. Researchers are also exploring whether AI can recognize early signs of developmental disorders, which could be a game changer in pediatric healthcare. Of course, challenges remain. Just like any AI-driven tool, baby translators must undergo rigorous testing to ensure their accuracy. Not every baby expresses hunger or discomfort in the same way, and cultural and linguistic differences may influence how cries are interpreted. Scientists and developers continue refining these systems, aiming to create more sophisticated models that account for the vast range of infant sounds and expressions. Looking back, it's fascinating how The Simpsons managed to predict a piece of technology that was once purely fictional. While Herb Powell may not be getting royalties for his idea, the concept he introduced in 1992 has become surprisingly relevant in today's world. The show's ability to mix humor with futuristic ideas keeps it eerily ahead of its time. Could baby translators soon become a standard parenting tool? With the rapid progress of AI and sound analysis, it's not out of the question. One day, parents may simply open an app and instantly know what their baby needs. If that happens, Herb Powell might finally get the credit he deserves, not just as a forgotten Simpsons character, but as the unexpected inspiration behind one of the show's most amusing yet surprisingly accurate predictions. Digital avatars. In the Simpsons episode, Holidays of Future Past, the show takes viewers to a futuristic Springfield where digital avatars have become a common way for people to interact. In one standout scene, the Simpson family communicates through holographic versions of their younger selves, allowing them to reconnect with the past in a way that once seemed purely fictional. However, as we move further into 2025, this idea has transformed from animated fantasy to reality, thanks to the rapid advancements in virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and digital identity technology. Today, digital avatars are no longer just for video games or animated movies. They have become an integral part of how people connect, work, and socialize. Platforms like Meta's Horizon Worlds, Roblox, and VR Chat have created immersive digital spaces where users can interact through highly customized avatars. These avatars can range from simple cartoon-like representations to hyper-realistic digital versions of ourselves, allowing people to communicate in ways that were once unimaginable. With the rise of AI-powered avatars,
Cartoon characters, they're non-intimidating and they're fun.
Oh, hi, everybody.
the concept has evolved even further. Companies are now developing avatars that can not only mimic human expressions and gestures, but also carry conversations and replicate individual personalities. Some businesses are even exploring the use of digital avatars for customer service, education, and entertainment. Imagine logging into a virtual workspace and seeing a lifelike version of your coworker, complete with their voice, facial expressions, and even their signature mannerisms. This level of personalization is quickly making the boundary between digital and physical interactions blur. Beyond entertainment and work, digital avatars are also reshaping personal relationships. Families separated by distance can now meet in virtual reality spaces where their avatars can hug, laugh, and engage in activities together, creating a sense of closeness that video calls simply cannot replicate. AI-driven avatars can also preserve memories, allowing future generations to interact with digital versions of loved ones, much like the nostalgic holograms seen in the Simpsons episode. However, as with any technological leap, digital avatars bring challenges and concerns. Issues surrounding identity theft, deepfake manipulation, and data privacy are growing, especially as AI-powered avatars become more advanced. How much control do people have over their digital likeness? And what happens when these avatars start making decisions on their own? These questions remain open-ended as society navigates this futuristic landscape. Whether The Simpsons accurately predicted this shift or simply reflected an emerging trend is up for debate. The show has a long history of satirizing technology in ways that later become eerily relevant. Perhaps its ability to anticipate the future lies in its deep understanding of human nature and societal evolution. One thing is certain, though. What once seemed like science fiction is now shaping the way we connect and experience the world. Moving to Mars. The idea of humans colonizing Mars has been one of the most ambitious and highly debated topics in recent years. With organizations like SpaceX and NASA working on plans for interplanetary travel, the possibility of humans setting foot on Mars no longer seems like pure science fiction. Thousands of people have already expressed their willingness to become pioneers, signing up for potential one-way missions to help build the first human colony on the Red Planet. Surprisingly, The Simpsons envisioned this scenario long before serious discussions about Mars colonization gained momentum. In the episode The Marge Ian Chronicles, Lisa volunteers for a future Mars mission, signing up for a one-way trip. Concerned about her daughter's decision, Marge tries to dissuade Lisa, but ultimately ends up joining the mission along with the rest of the Simpson family. The episode humorously explores the excitement and fears surrounding interplanetary colonization while touching on the uncertainties of space travel. While the episode portrays the mission in a light-hearted manner, the reality of reaching Mars remains a daunting challenge. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has repeatedly stated his goal of sending humans to Mars by the late 2020s, with hopes of establishing a self-sustaining colony within the next few decades.
Well, SpaceX just unveiled updated plans to colonize Mars.
However, technological, logistical, and ethical challenges make this goal incredibly complex. Interestingly, The Simpsons also predicts that after reaching Mars, Lisa announces she wants to move to Venus, perhaps foreshadowing humanity's desire to explore even further once Mars is no longer the final frontier. Whether or not humans will step foot on Mars in the near future remains to be seen. But if history has taught us anything, it's that The Simpsons has an uncanny way of predicting the future. So, what do you think? Are The Simpsons truly predicting the future, or is it all just a coincidence? Let us know your thoughts.